"My name is Andrea." Diane screamed, and Robert said nothing. Mr. Thompson called security, and Diane bolted. As I left calmly, Diane rushed into the elevator and attacked me, trying to grab the file. I restrained her using a non-lethal hold right under the security camera. "This is a boundary. You don't cross it anymore," I told her quietly. When the elevator opened, security was waiting. They took her away. Outside, my phone rang. I didn't answer. I blocked Robert's number, Diane's, and every line they had. It wasn't out of anger but self-preservation, because a suspicious activity report had been filed. It was no longer a personal matter. It was a federal case. Let me go back even further. A few days before this, I was back on base doing my weekly credit report audit. I developed this habit over the years, living in a house where privacy was a luxury. I scrolled through the recent inquiries list and saw a hard money lender had run a credit check on me 48 hours ago. I called my father, Robert. When he answered, I skipped the pleasantries and asked, "Why is a high-risk lender running my credit?" He stammered and said Diane was looking into investment options and might have clicked a wrong button. But I knew he was lying. Memories of my teenage years came flooding back. I was 16, sitting at the kitchen island doing homework while Diane paid bills. She was calm as she tapped the calculator and said, "Electricity is up, water is up, food costs are through the roof." She looked at me as if I was a burden, saying, "Do you have any idea how expensive it is to keep another human being alive?" She had a ledger where she tracked every expense on me, seeing it as a loan she expected to collect. I knew then that Diane didn't think she was stealing. In her twisted mind, she was just collecting a debt. I decided to dig deeper. I went straight to the lender's web portal. Using my email, I reset the password and got into the account. On the dashboard, I saw a loan of $50,000 approved and pending disbursement. I looked for the audit trail and found the smoking gun, the IP address. It was the same one I'd set up for my father years ago. The timestamp showed it was when I was in a combat zone. I downloaded all the evidence, created a folder named Evidence, and locked Diane out of the account. A couple of days later, Diane called me, sweet, talking about a Great Lake house deal. She said the bank needed my signature on some release forms to clear an old student loan. It was an obvious lie. I knew she was using the credit inquiry she'd created as bait to get me to sign the mortgage deed and take on the fraudulent debt. But I decided to play along. I needed her to expose herself fully. So I said I'd be at the closing. Now here I am in my apartment with a locked door and a silent phone. Closure isn't a feeling. It's a result of a long, fought battle. If you've ever had to protect yourself from those who should have protected you, leave a heart. And if you want to see how the court case ended, subscribe.